What do you think is the biggest strength of your team?
The biggest strength is we have the confidence and we know that we are capable of this. So we fight for it. That's it.
1952 is a young, rising PUBG Mobile team from Bangladesh. They say that their strength comes from confidence. What they didn't say is that they're referring to their confidence in each other here. Their faith in knowing that their teammate has their back. They stick to the core fundamentals of gaming seriously, and that's something that we can learn from them. 1952 is a dynamic squad of raw talent. They're the symbol of youth with the potential to be a force to be reckoned with. Their rise to fame started when they won the PMCC Bangladesh. Soon after, they also finished third in the PMCO Spring Split 2021 Bangladesh and secured a spot in the PMPL South Asia Finals Season 3. Their sudden and meteoric rise has grabbed everyone's eyeballs, and this young squad is starting to take on bigger names. The reason 1952 is the best squad to watch and learn from is because one can relate to them. Unlike several strong teams out there, 1952 didn't have elaborate strategies or remarkable rotations. What they do have is a strong base of fundamentals that helps them in every situation. Very often, normal players like us try to replicate what the pros do in our own games and fail because those strategies require a certain amount of teamwork and better mechanical dexterity that we haven't developed yet. But if we stick to the fundamentals that 1952 swears by, there is a lot to learn from them. They follow basic concepts like trade fragging and double peeking to win their fights. Trade fragging refers to following up after your teammates' fights. Double peeking, as the name suggests, refers to peeking enemies together. You might be playing against the best aimer in the world, but no matter how good they are limited by the fact that they can only shoot one person at a time. They can't shoot both of you down unless you line up. The same is relevant the other way around as well. Whenever you're in a clutch situation, always try to have only one enemy on your screen at a time. Isolating 1v1 fights is the key to avoid getting traded out. That's the best part about their gameplay that we should learn about. 1952 was a volatile and unpredictable team. Since they are young and not very experienced, they sometimes tend to make more spontaneous decisions that may or may not work out in their favor. Sometimes even more experienced teams face this issue. If it's one of those games where a circle tosses a curveball, everyone's well thought out strategy goes right out of the window. In such games, it's sticking to these fundamentals that will bring you success. Let's take a better look at how they do it with the help of some examples. Let's start with a good double peek. Look at how Magnet and Entry attack in tandem. Magnet swings left, Entry swings right. There's no way Hungrybox can shoot both of them. Another example of how they back each other up can be seen in Miramar from the same day's matches. 1952 Magnet tosses really good grenades where he knocks out two people from Carnegie's foes. Unfortunately, he blows himself up in the process as well, but that's okay because they still have more players on their feet and the revival comes through quickly. Magnet rushes in to finish what he started, Tawfiq right behind him. He knows that Carnegie Sports are reviving in the house, so he tries to push. Just as he's about to enter the house, he sees the door of the other house swing open. He instructs Tawfiq to deal with that, while he himself rushes into the first house and sprays them both down. Double peeking together is a great way to win, and in order to do that, one must not overextend and be mindful of where your teammates are. In this example, High Voltage has the zonal advantage and the high ground over 1952. They can easily gatekeep 1952. Sharp and Tawfiq are walking up the slope, meanwhile Magnet hops into a buggy to join them faster. Dizzy knocks out Sharp, but Tawfiq pushes into trade and makes sure that his teammate wasn't knocked in vain. But the important thing here is that Tawfiq doesn't start fighting Assassin right away. He waits for Magnet to arrive so that they can double peek him. Props to Assassin too. He understands that he can't fight them at once, so he falls back to revive his teammate. Now, Tawfiq can push them right away, but he waits for Magnet to drop down just for extra safety. This discipline helped 1952 stay alive. Unfortunately, they lost Sharp to the play zone, but considering the amount of height advantage and the zone advantage that High Voltage had, this is still very impressive trading. And it was all possible because they don't overextend and wait for their teammates to be in a position to be able to back each other up.
But Tawfiq striking again as he turns down very low, but this is where Magnet is going to chime in, gets that knock onto his Assassin and wipes out High Voltage. Wow!
Incredible plays from 1952.
Once you start getting the hang of basic trade fragging setups, you can start building crossfires. This footage is from the last game of PMPL South Asia Finals, and it's the only chicken dinner that 1952 tasted in that tournament. They're already applying ample pressure onto 7Cs. A great grenade knock is bound to keep 7Cs licking their wounds for a bit. They use this timing to quickly rotate to the center of the next zone and secure the advantage. Once they've taken the shack and are in position, Magnet moves closer to the rocks to keep an eye on all the fishes in the sea and to see that nobody sneaks up along the coast. Sharp and Entry form the main line of defense, firing upon teams like Zeus and R3D. Meanwhile, Tawfiq is near the hills, covering his team from a different angle so that the opponents don't find any cover. He's also responsible for keeping teams like Stalwart Flex at bay. This great Crossfire facilitates trade fragging across the board and helps them win the game. It was very essential too, because without those extra points, they wouldn't have been able to make it to the South Asia Championship. Sometimes, even the best laid plans can backfire, but 1952 made the best out of a bad situation. It all starts with a bridge camp. This trap is set and Stalwart Flex falls right into it.
Wait for the other vehicle to go by. Crypto, this could be problematic as 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles now go through. That was perfect execution.
And Crypto straight into the water, but no, he manages to drive off. However, a knock has taken place. Uzum will be spotted out and taken down.
The trap worked, 3 enemies are dead, and now the last surviving member of Stalwart Flex is hiding across the other side of the bridge. Notice how Entry is already driving to get an angle on him. He doesn't quite get the kill, but he can't stay there for too long because there's more trouble headed his way.
Hold on, another team has arrived to the party, and 1952 need to be careful because Seal have arrived, and now they got 1952 in their crosshairs.
They do indeed, but Seal's got to be careful as well because, again, everybody heard that commotion. Skylight Gaming is going to be heading down south as well.
A Crossfire to hunt down Reviews must now be repositioned to rescue Entry. Entry tries to escape, but he's trapped deep behind enemy lines. He tells his team to escape and to take better positions, while Entry embarks on a solo survival mission.
Oh man, he does. Can I just point out how fortunate 1952 have been? The fact that
How
Seal,
fortunate?
Skylight Gaming, and Venom Legends came in, and they yet to lose a man.
That's what I was saying. I mean, the target was 1952. However, it's going to be someone else.
Ooh, that got so close!
Entry gets 1 kill, but the rest of Venom Legends pounce on him, and upon seeing that, Seal team also jump in to get a piece of the action. At this point, there's nothing that 1952 can do to rescue Entry, but at least they don't let his death go in vain. They start stealing kills by shooting down Seal members. They lost 1 player, but killed 2 opponents in his place, thus salvaging a bad situation by trade fragging. To sum it up, 1952 is a team that has faith in each other. They are the symbol of youth, the representative of all underdogs. They prove that one does not need complex strategies to take on the best in the world. More importantly, they prove that with a clear mind and good teamwork habits that are deeply rooted into your blood, everyone can be a David. Everyone can topple a Goliath.
You just don't get zoned playing the center. The hard shifts are really dangerous. You can't just go along with it. You can't just push us, then you will die. That's it. You have to show them fear so that they don't push.
And we are confident that you can keep the Bangladeshi flag flying high in the upcoming South Asia Championship. We wish 1952 the best of luck, and we hope that you all learned a thing or two from them today.